Morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Morning here. Banjo's lying on the couch over there, and he just picked up his head like, what? What's going on? Thanks for joining me for some gospel-y inspired songs and who knows what. I don't know why I started thinking about, I was like, what song should I try to sing today? And I started thinking about the devil. You know, there's some good songs about the devil. Devil Went Down to Georgia. That was a great one, man. I saw some meme the other day that was like, how do you think it's fair that the devil gets a whole band, to go up against this guy? That's not playing by the rules or something. Friend of the Devil by the Grateful Dead. Yeah. Let me see. I don't have that many songs about the devil, but I was just thinking about him. I'm going to start with, if you want it, God's got it. God's got everything you need. Let me turn this up a little bit. If you want it, God's got it. God's got everything that you need. If you want it, God's got it. Got everything a poor boy could need. If you want it, God's got it. Got everything that you need. If you want it, God's got it. Got everything a poor boy could need. Well, you're walking around like a vagabond, man. Troubles are on your back. Looking for money and you're looking for friends. You don't know who to ask. Well, if you want it, God's got it. Got everything that you need. If you want it, God's got it, man. He's got everything a poor boy could need. I believe in the Lord above. I believe in righteousness. I believe in love. I believe in the fire burning in my soul. I believe His light is gonna make me whole. If you want it, God's got it. Got everything that you need. If you want it, God's got it. Got everything a poor boy could need. You want money, God's got it. Want love, God's got it. God's got everything that you need. Oh, Lord, God's got it. God's got everything a poor boy could need. God's got it. God's got it. Got everything that you need. God's got it. God's got it. He's got everything a poor boy could need. All right. I like that one. It's one of my new favorite gospel-y inspired songs. Simple yet effective. I was talking to someone who was feeling depressed yesterday, and I have felt depressed many times. I struggle with the seasonal affective disorder, and things are going good right now, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to dip down again into sadness and depression and all that. And the way I think about it is that voice, inside of you. The voice that tells you that you're no good. The voice that tells you, that speaks of shame, that to me is the voice of the devil. You can try one of my songs here about the devil. I'm going to put a beat behind this. How about that? favorite Casio beats. This and the bossa nova beat do it for me. Oh, I gotta find the words because I haven't played it in a long time. And I can remember most of the words, but I cannot remember all of the words. There we go. Darkness, yeah, it's just pressing down. You say you're not worried, you got plenty of time. 5 minutes to midnight, boy, time for you to decide. Troubled times, man, what happened to the truth? Rich man, he just counts his money and say, you know, we need a little bit more proof. We just need a little bit more proof. Lately it seems there ain't no place left to turn. Oh, the fires are raging hotter. I'm worried there'll be nothing left to burn. Humming those crossroad blues. Coming for you. The devil walks in, man. You look like your long-lost friend. Tell me your troubles. Come on, man, I'm the only one who truly understands. Ain't you tired of being tired? Ain't you tired of being poor? You're standing at your doorstep, hand in paper at your door. Times, man, but that ain't All right. More or less, more or less. The devil walking down Main Street. He seems to be everywhere these days, right? It's just the same as it's always been, as far as I'm concerned. Um, and to me, like I said, the devil to me is that voice in your head. That voice is just so prominent. I was talking to this person yesterday and reminding myself, as much as them, how, if you grow up traumatized in a traumatized environment, you know, the way that your brain as a child learns to deal with all this confusion and this trauma, it. Well, let me back up a bit. When I think about my depression, when I think about, um, all the voices in my head, that say I'm not good enough or that I'm broken, um, that I will always be alone, I will always be unappreciated, I will always be, um, I won't be useful in society. Whatever those voices are, those neural pathways in your brain are just these strong, straight uh, roads. They're very. It's very easy for those thoughts to go from one to another. The thought of, no, I just need to accept myself exactly as I am right now, regardless of what, that thought, well, that, it takes a little work, it takes a little practice, right? To strengthen that neural pathway. When I break it down in my mind to like, oh, yeah, this is what's happening. This is why I have a negativity bias, why I'm sort of always like, oh, yeah, but if I don't know what's coming, you know, I used to be a pessimist, and I consider myself an optimist now, strongly so, in the optimistic camp. But I used to be a real pessimist in that, you know, the voice of the devil, right, would say, okay, you don't know what's coming. It's probably going to be bad, right? There's a better chance it's gonna be bad. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna feel scared. You're gonna be alone. You're gonna be afraid, right? So prepare for that. Worry about that. And if it turns out not to be, well, great, great, great. But chances are it's gonna be bad, right? That's the voice of the devil saying that. Let's play another song. Let's play another song. By the Reverend Gary Davis. Death Don't Have No Mercy in This Land. This is one of my favorite songs, and when I first heard it, the Grateful Dead's interpretation of it, I just assumed like, wow, these guys are heavy, man. That is a heavy song, right? Then I heard other, San Francisco bands also playing it from that era. I was like, oh, man, did the Grateful Dead write this? No, they certainly did not. Reverend Gary Davis wrote it, and I look around today, and of course there's so much death. There's always been a lot of death around. But as I look in this pandemic, it seems like the specter of death is just not going away for a while, right? It's always been there. But certainly right now, I can see how Reverend Gary Davis would write a song like Death Don't Have No Mercy in This Land, because ain't it the truth sometimes? no mercy, not in this land. Death don't have no mercy, no, not in this land. In this land, you come to your house, you know it don't take long. Wake up in the morning, your children are gone. I said, death don't have no mercy, no, not in this land. Death leave you weeping, leave you wailing in this land. Children, it don't take long. Wake up in the morning and your sister is gone. Said death don't have no mercy, no, 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 not in this land. Death don't take no vacations, no, no, not in this land, not in this land. Come to your house, you know it don't take long. You wake in the morning, your father is gone. Death don't have no mercy, no, no, not in this land. This land, death comes to every single family, Lord knows, in this land, in this land. Come to your house and it don't take long. You wake up in the morning, your brother may be gone. Not in this land. have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land, in this land. It'll come to your house, well, it don't take long. You wake up in the morning and your children may be gone, 'cause death don't have no mercy, not in this land. Yes, sir. Ain't it the truth? Death don't have no mercy. Although that line about death don't take no vacation, as I was singing it, I just had this vision of, death in his black robes with his scythe over his back, and sweating his ass off at the beach. Damn, man, gotta get something other than these black robes. I think of that Monty Python, The Meaning of Life, where death comes in, because they eat the bad salmon, and the people are just so shallow, These are just like, oh, it's the village reaper, the grim reaper. Well, now things are bad, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Thought I'd play another song. First heard from Peter Tosh's version, Sinner Man. And then I saw Nina Simone's version of it. And that's when I was really like, oh, I should learn that song. That's a great song. It has a very fun song for me to play. I'm going to put that bossa nova beat behind it. All right. Here's to Peter Tosh and Nina Simone. May they both rest in peace. sit down, press a man. You drink champagne and laugh. You drink champagne and laugh. Drink your champagne, but you done forgot about that day. Oh, sinner man, you should have been praying. I said, oh, sinner man, you should have been praying. Oh, sinner man, you should have been praying, done forgot about that day. The cheesy Casio ending. I like to play that song. I lose myself in stuff like that. You know, Jim, I took piano lessons when I was a kid, right? And then dropped them. You know, I think I was in 5th grade, maybe still a Fort River Explorer, till the day I die. When I stopped taking piano lessons and basically just forgot about it until years later, after playing guitar and harmonica and getting sober, I got a piano, and it filled that sort of niche of losing myself in drugs and alcohol to a certain extent. I just played it all the time. All of a sudden, I was like, holy shit, I can solo on this thing, and there's a bass line, right? Don't need nobody. And whereas on the guitar, I could solo on the harmonica pretty good. And every time I think I'm a decent, pretty decent rhythm guitarist. Every time I tried to solo, I just don't have the chops and don't have the practice. Every once in a while it would be okay. But I was like, oh my God, I can just like start, at least on the minor keys, because those are all usually on the white keys. Once I hit those major, I still got to work on that stuff. But yeah, I remember when I lived in England for a couple years when I was a kid, and my mom got us piano lessons, and that I was terrified of the teacher. I remember her taking my hands and going, Jonathan, you make a tunnel for the train to go through. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I didn't practice enough. You've not been practicing, have you? No, I haven't been practicing. And years later, when it was 5th grade or 6th grade or whenever that was in Echo Hill, Echo Hill. I had a wonderful, wonderful piano teacher, and I sort of dropped it, but I really enjoyed her, and she was like the opposite of this, evil British woman. She was so very kind and nice, and was just like, oh yeah, I can tell you haven't been practicing, but let's work on this or let's work on that. Let me see. Let's play another piano song then. Speaking of piano, hey Tanya. Here's to you. I can see at least a few people watching on the Facebook. God's got it. Oh, yeah, I wanted to try this song. I like this song. Not Columbus Stockade Blues. I don't know if I should put a beat behind this. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I think I first heard this from a British, when I was living in England, a British folk group that was popular at the time called the Spinners, maybe? The Spinners? I don't know. Let me put a beat behind this one too. Let me see what could possibly go wrong. All right. We're about to find out. Baby wrapped in swaddling clothing, lying in a manger, born. I said, born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? Gonna send thee 4 by 4, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby wrapped in swaddling clothing, lying in a manger, born. I said, born in Bethlehem, children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? Oh, I'm gonna send thee 5 by 5, 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby lying in a manger, born. I said, born in Bethlehem, children, go where I send thee. Oh, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 6 by 6, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, and 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby wrapped in swaddling clothing, lying in a manger, born. I said, born in Bethlehem, children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 7 by 7, 7 for the 7 that never went to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, and 5 for the gospel preach, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby wrapped in swaddling clothing, lying in a manger, born. I said, born in Bethlehem, children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 8 by 8, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, and 7 for the 7 that never went to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the gospel preach, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby wrapped in swaddling clothing, lying in a manger, born. I said, born in Bethlehem. Just skip ahead to 9. 9 for the 9 that dressed so fine. 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate. 7 for the 7 that never went to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, and 5 for the gospel preachers, and 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby, wrapped in swaddling clothing and lying in a manger. Born, I said born, I said born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. Oh, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 10 by 10, 10 for the 10 commandments, 9 for the 9 that dress so fine, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that never went to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the gospel preachers, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, and 1 for the little bitty baby, wrapped in swaddling clothing, lying in a manger. He's born, born, I said born in Bethlehem. I said born, born, I said born in Bethlehem. Born, born, born in Bethlehem. Whew, that was quite something to get through. Elsa, wow, welcome to Sunday morning. We're having a little ARHS reunion here. Man, we should sing our fight song. Do we have a fight song? I could sing Hurricane by Bob Dylan, except I don't know it. Oh, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, lying in a manger. I want to play one more gospel-y song here, talking about the devil today, and the devil on your shoulder. And for me, that devil is that voice in my head that tells me I'm broken, that voice in my head that tells me I'm not good enough, a voice in my head that's full of shame. You know, that to me is the devil talking to you. Satan, get behind me. I saw a great button by someone in one of these protests over George Floyd's death. It was like, not today, Satan. It's like, nope, not today. And if the devil gets me, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. Ain't it the truth, people? I sometimes feel when I'm like sitting down to do this sort of Sunday morning thing that I notice my voice is like sort of takes on more of like a southern accent or something. Maybe it's a lot of these songs I know, a lot of the gospel-y songs I know from the bluegrass tradition, going to bluegrass festivals and stuff like that. I'm like taking on this persona of some southern preacher. No fire and brimstone, though. Speaking of fire and brimstone, okay, I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Paraguay, right? And one day, someone said that I knew, oh, an American preacher's going to come and preach at our church, our little church. I was like, no way, really? Yeah, he's going to fly in, right? And he's going to be the guest preacher, you know, at this little church. I was like, oh, great, I'll come and meet him, you know, and sit in. And I got there, he had already landed or whatever, and I think I said hello to him or whatever, went into this little church, and it turns out it was a Baptist church in, you know, a country that's 98% Roman Catholic or something. I always felt sorry for the Mormons down there, you know, it's just like, yeah, well, good luck, you know, with that. And you know, the faith down there is so important, especially to people in the country. It's just like, it's really important part of their culture. Anyhow, this guy was a fire and brimstone, all in Spanish. You're all going to hell, you know. It's just like, you'll spend an eternity burning with a fire, you know, the sinners, and if you don't immediately, you know, give your life over to Christ. And then, you know, I was like, holy shit, man, this guy's a whack job. And then after, I'm meeting him, and he's just like the nicest guy. Oh, how you doing? It's like time to put on that fire and brimstone preacher thing and get the word out there that we're all sinners. Yeah. Ain't nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. If I die, my soul gets lost. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. My mama taught me how to read. My mama taught me how to read. I said, if I die, my soul gets lost. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. Ain't nobody's fault but mine. And if I die, my soul gets lost. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. My mama taught me how to sing. My daddy, he taught me how to play. I said, if I don't sing and play all night, Lord, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. Ain't nobody's fault but mine. Said, if I die, my soul gets lost. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. I had a Bible in my hand. Said I had a Bible under my arm. And if I die, my soul gets lost. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. Ain't nobody's fault but mine. If I die, my soul gets lost. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. Amen to that. I will drink my emergency to that. Ilse, if you're watching, still watching, I wonder if this means that you're in the valley here, or you're 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Otherwise, it's 7:45 in the morning. Maybe you're an early riser. You never know. All right, I think that's about all the gospel-y kind of songs I have for you today. Maybe I should play an ungospel-y song. I'm going to play Terrapin Station just because I haven't played in a while, and it's one of my favorite songs to play on the piano. Now. Shadows of a saint. eyes alight with flowing hair, and all that fancy paint says fair. She takes a fan and she throws it into the lion's den. Which of you to gain me tell will risk uncertain pains of hell? I will not forgive you if you will not take the chance. The sailor gave at least a try, but the soldier, being far too wise, strategy was his strength and not disaster. Decide if he was wise. The storyteller makes no choice, Lord. Soon you will not hear his voice. His job is to shed light and not to master. It's never told, we will pay the story. Tell her in gold in hopes he will come back. He cannot be bought or sold. Inspiration hold me brightly. Song in sense and color and drive away despair. And more than this I will not ask, faced with mysteries dark and vast. Statements just seem vain at last. Some rise, some fall, some climb by candlelight, all are dim but one is bright. A spiral light of Venus shining first and lasting best, and all from the northwest corner of a brand new crescent moon. Crickets and cicadas sing station. I hope we'll get there soon. Oh, terrapin, and I figure out terrapin if it's the end of the beginning. Terrapin, the train's put its brakes on. Terrapin, I said the whistle is screaming. Terrapin. it right in your gut. All right, party people. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And for today, one of the prayers I say when I'm still lying in bed is, just for today, do not worry. Just for today, do not anger. Earn your living honestly. Honor your parents, teachers, and elders, and show gratitude to every living thing. So just for today, get that voice in your head behind you, the voice that says you're not good enough, the voice that says you should be doing something else, the voice that said you should have done something different, the voice that is full of shame, because that's the voice of Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. All right. Peace, love. I'm out.